Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So please don't mind my very casual attire today, but I spent the entire day yesterday just completely immersed in one of my favorite holiday traditions that I think I do every year. And that is the annual cookie baking weekend or day that I have with three of my very, very best friends. And these are three women that I met while I was working in northern Wisconsin. We all taught at a K-8 building together. We happened to start, well, gosh, it was like 15 years ago, all at the same time. Our district had hired, I think, was there 12 of us, 12 new people, you know, all in the same year. And we clearly just gravitated towards each other at that moment. We were all single women, pretty new into education. For a couple of us, it was our very first teaching job. And they were, you know, my rock and my bases for the 3 years that I worked in that district. And I would have probably worked in that district longer had it not been so far away from my family. And it was when I came to realize I was a little bit more passionate about the technology in education, rather than I was teaching English language arts, reading, and social studies, which I liked for the most part, although teaching writing isn't always my favorite. But anyways, side note, clearly I liked the reading, and social studies is great. But at times there were more of us than just the four of us, but the four of us, as we slowly moved away, although my dear friend Ellie still lives up there, and it is a gorgeous place to live. But now we find ourselves kind of all over the state. And so we have made a point to at least get together once a year because, let's face it, schedules, especially when friends don't live near each other, are very, very hard to coordinate. But we have made a promise that at least this once a year, we get together and we do our annual cookie baking. I believe this was year 8 that we have been doing this. And so the very, very cool thing is it has grown over time. You know, we have grown via marriages and having children and just all kinds of different life changes. And so it is something I look forward to doing every year. We laugh and, you know, reminisce on memories. Last night we sat there and looked through old photos, both from past years of our cookie baking when cutout cookies, I'll put a picture here, just ended up in one big blob mess. We reminisced on, you know, a spring break adventure that three of us took that was probably the most interesting road trip I may have ever been on. Sans one from college, but anyways, and just, you know, all of the fun and the fun things we got to do, and now all of the new memories we make when their kids join us, and usually the spouses may or may not be there, but you know, just the different experiences that we've had in our lives, and being able to catch up, because if this is the one time of year that we see each other, you know, there is a lot to catch up on. And like I said, it is one of my most treasured days / weekends, depending on when we do it, that I get to spend every year. So I did spend the majority of my time just kind of soaking up the day and really just living in the moment. But I did take some pictures, and because I did promise you, you know, some holiday content and being active on YouTube every other day, and it is my goal, I'm going to share those pictures here with you, just so you can glimpse, you know, into the fun that we had yesterday. Lots of holiday music, lots of chaos, and so many cookies. I was actually looking back at, I think, the pictures from our first year that we got together, and the amount of cookies we make now compared to what we were making then is kind of absurd. My coworkers are going to be very, very fortunate come Monday morning, because they're going to get some of my cookies. My family is going to get some of my cookies, because there's just no way that any one person could consume all of these. So I hope you enjoy a little glimpse into what is just one of my favorite days that we all spent together, and the women that I am so fortunate to have as part of my life, and, you know, now that we have their kids and everything like that. So we were missing a few of our crew yesterday, but that is, you know, just the way schedules go. But the four of us were there, and that is the most important part. So without further ado, I will show you all of those. But I think in the comments today, either let me know if you have a favorite tradition that you spend over the holiday season, or even if you have a favorite cookie that you make this holiday season. You know, what are maybe some of those things that you do? And if you're not, you know, feeling super chatty, go ahead and just leave. I'm sure there's a cookie emoji in there somewhere, so feel free to leave that. But as always, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe and enjoy the pictures.